Neil Katyal and Katie Fang are back with me. Let's talk more about kind of how things looked in the courtroom, Katie, because we were just talking about this offset. And Neil, I want to bring you in on this too. And because you're the one who said that you wish cameras were in the courtroom. Sitting in that courtroom, one of the things that really struck me was how alone Donald Trump looked. Sitting there with that backbench behind him empty, and then the Secret Service in the one behind him, but no family there, no supporters there. He looked smaller. He looked less, like the sort of big, important man that he pretends to be. And it almost feels like the court system in some ways is protecting him from that image by allowing him to walk out to cameras and project whatever image he wants to project. Katie, you first, and then Neil.
I struggle because I think in a blanket way, you need to have cameras. I think sunshine is the best disinfectant, as we know. And transparency is what the American public always deserves, because you need to be able to see the hypocrisy that's going on. For example, when they showed the negative headlines about Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio that the National Enquirer did to benefit the Trump campaign, and I want to ring that bell over and over again. The hypocrisy is it's bad for Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, according to the fake news headlines in the Enquirer, to have mistresses and to have porn stars and to have all of this illicit stuff happen. But it's okay for Donald Trump, right? It's like a badge of honor for him. You want to be able to be offended as well when you see that exhibit and then you look at him and you think, you know what? No, you don't get to get away with that, too.
Yeah.
America doesn't get to see that. And then what happens is Donald Trump goes to Truth Social. Unfettered, and says lies. He actually promotes lies and tells lies. And so whether you like him or not, you should be able to see him in his natural habitat. And the natural habitat of him is small, shriveled, old, tired, not sympathetic, but just alone.
And Neil, also to hear the judge, because this is, it's very instructive to actually see the court case take place and to hear the judge go back and forward with Donald Trump's lawyer about this gag order, the thing that you pointed out, because you're seeing a lawyer kind of shrink before your eyes because he had no arguments. But no one got to see it but those of us who were sitting there.
Yeah, I agree, Joy. I mean, these courtrooms are the American public's courtrooms. We pay for them with our taxpayer dollars. And the idea that, like, this is all going on in a closed proceeding that, fortunately, we're lucky that we have people like Katie there who can interlocute and translate what's going on for us. But there's no substitute for seeing it with our own eyes, particularly when the country is as divided as it is about all of these issues surrounding Donald Trump. And I think both sides would benefit from the airing and public transparency that would otherwise occur. I remember when I was special prosecutor in the George Floyd murder, we had initially opposed cameras and televising that trial. And I'll tell you, Joy, we were wrong. And the judge ruled against us, and he was right, even though there had never been a trial in Minnesota that had been televised up until that point. But what that did was allow the American public confidence around the verdict, so much so that we didn't have the riots and all the other stuff that people were predicting because people could see the trial with their own eyes. As for what's going on today with Donald Trump being alone in the courtroom, I think that's at least in part a product of his criminal behavior. I mean, the people who would have ordinarily been there, Michael Cohen, Alan Weisselberg, they've been indicted or put in jail or now testifying against them. David Pecker's another one. So, everything Trump touches, it's kind of the anti-Midas touch. And we're seeing that play out in real time in the courtroom. And I really do wish the American public could see it.
I agree.
It's wrong.
It was really instructive to be there. I mean, and Katie, speaking of Michael Cohen, he's been on this show, dozens of times. He's been on this show a lot. And one thing that struck me, he's told this audience, he's told MSNBC's audience the same story for years. And now everything he said, you have David Pecker today backing him up. To a point. I mean, literally, he's been telling this story consistently. And so now what's happened is he's already been backed up by David Pecker, who was the other person in the room making this deal, who said, yeah, we did do a catch and kill deal. Yeah, it was about the election. Michael Cohen had a campaign email, even though he was not on the campaign. There was no reason for him to a campaign email. And David Pecker said, you can release these salacious stories that would have sold lots of magazines, but only after the election.
And one of the most amazing things is we have now been introduced to the conspiracy so early in the prosecution's case. Sometimes there's a wind up to the pitch, and sometimes you wait through a couple of witnesses before you kind of get to the meat on the bone of the conspiracy and of the crime. And yet David Pecker, within just a few hours, not even, has explained with such clarity, even for a guy who's been around for a long time, the longtime friend for decades, David Pecker even still showed respect to Donald Trump today.
Respect. He seemed reverential toward him.
Exactly. And so to hear it come from someone who very matter-of-factly said, David Pecker says, yeah, we sat there in Trump Tower and we agreed to do the following. And yes, Alan Weisselberg was a part of it. And it's just so matter of fact. It's just so, in a way that lends credibility. And that is the critical thing. Neil and I and others that have tried cases, a witness's credibility is always going to be squarely in the province of the jury. The judge doesn't determine the witness's credibility. And so for the jury to be hearing total and complete corroboration from David Pecker and as well as seeing, because we're visual creatures. When you see the exhibits and you see the amendment to Dino Sajudin's source document to silence him, and then you see, what do you mean it's going to be extended in perpetuity where you're not going to be able to air it for a while? Oh, and then suddenly we're going to let you out of it? That type of stuff is powerful.
And charge him $1 million if he takes that story anywhere else, only to poof, make it go away in December of 2016 after the election. Things that make you go, Neil Katyal, Katie Phang, y'all are great. Thank you very much.